The next time you flush, consider what you're actually washing away. Technology firms are now equipping bathrooms with diagnostic sensors that analyze urine for glucose levels and infectious disease markers. These integrated IoT sensors track your biometric data passively every day, turning a standard Japanese smart toilet into a connected health hub that monitors your body without requiring a single conscious action. But before it became a data-driven laboratory, the toilet was the primary barrier separating human populations from the waterborne pathogens that historically ravaged urban centers. The toilet evolved as a critical medical device. Its purpose was to prevent high-density living from triggering the mass death events that previously made large cities unsustainable. In the 1850s, London was a packed urban epicenter devastated by recurrent cholera outbreaks. Thousands died in rapid, brutal waves, with no clear understanding of how the disease moved through the population. While the government blamed miasma, or foul air, Dr. John Snow mapped the fatalities and proved the outbreaks originated from public wells contaminated by leaking cesspits. He identified water, not air, as the source of the infection. Lawmakers only acted after the Great Stink of 1858. A summer heat wave baked the River Thames, then an open sewer for 2 million people, releasing a stench so overwhelming it forced the abandonment of parliamentary sessions. This sensory crisis finally forced the government to commission Joseph Bazalgette's massive intercepting sewer system, a network of 1,100 miles of tunnels designed to divert waste far away from the city's drinking water. Bazalgette's intervention permanently eliminated cholera from London. It proved that large-scale sanitation infrastructure is a prerequisite for a functioning modern metropolis. Humans have struggled with urban waste for millennia. Around 3000 BCE, Mesopotamian cities built rudimentary brick-lined pit latrines, though fewer than half of excavated homes actually use them. By 1700 BCE, the Minoan civilization on Crete had developed independent water-flushing systems. Their palaces featured stone toilet seats positioned over drainage channels fed by rainwater collection. The Romans later scaled this into a civic institution. Their communal latrines featured long rows of keyhole-shaped stone seats with no partitions, positioned over channels of continuously flowing water. However, the Roman model had a fatal flaw. Their magnificent sewers discharged untreated waste directly into the Tiber River, the same river the city relied on for its water supply further downstream. The true pioneers of public health were the people of the Indus Valley. Long before Rome, they prioritized sanitation for common households, not just the elite. Nearly every home in Mohenjo-Daro had a private toilet connected to an underground network of covered, brick-lined drains. These used precise inclinations for gravity-assisted flow, keeping waste separate from the living environment. The Indus Valley met an engineering standard Europe wouldn't match for 3,000 years, the total isolation of waste from the human environment. Modern plumbing relies on a single mechanical breakthrough from 1775, Alexander Cumming's S-trap. The standing water trapped in the S-bend creates a physical seal. This prevents toxic and foul-smelling sewer gases from rising back up the pipe and into the room. This simple trap enabled the era of indoor plumbing. It allowed Victorian engineers to move toilets inside the home and eventually led to the high-pressure flush systems used in commercial buildings today. In 1980, Japan's Toto launched the Washlet, marking the shift from mechanical disposal to electronic hygiene, integrating heated seats and precision water jets into the standard home. The addition of microchips and biosensors enables the toilet to actively analyze human waste. It has become a diagnostic system designed to identify health markers that would otherwise go undetected. But while some markets focus on smart home integration, much of the world is still struggling with the most basic level of waste management. Global data shows a massive divide. Approximately 3.4 billion people, or 42% of the world's population, currently lack access to safely managed sanitation services. Without infrastructure, waste enters the local environment, fueling the rapid spread of cholera, typhoid, and parasitic infections. These pathogens disproportionately claim the lives of children under 5. The lack of private facilities also creates a social toll. Women and girls face heightened risks of sexual violence when they have no choice but to use outdoor sites, and the absence of secure toilets in schools is a leading driver of female educational dropout rates. This is a structural crisis. The absence of a toilet functions as an active barrier that prevents millions of people from achieving educational or economic equality. Closing this gap requires massive investment. India's Swachh Bharat mission, for example, targeted the construction of over 100 million toilets to address public health and gender equity at a national scale. However, hardware alone is insufficient. Success depends on changing community social norms and developing new, off-grid technologies for areas that can't support a centralized sewer system. As a piece of medical technology, the humble toilet has saved more lives and added more years to human expectancy than any pharmaceutical drug ever created. Until the 3.4 billion person gap is closed, the evolution of humanity's most consequential invention remains an unfinished revolution.